In this video, we're going to review Hard Rock Cancun in 2020. Now, I'm going to separate this in 3 sections like I normally do, but at Hard Rock Cancun is more important than anywhere else. So yellow bracelet for anybody that are traveling using a travel agency, that's Costco, Expedia, or book directly with the resort. Then blue for VIP and black for Hall of Fame. Now, why does that matter at Hard Rock Cancun more than anywhere else? Because the resort is heavily segregated between 3 levels. If you actually go as a yellow bracelet, you will not be able to go to a private restaurant on the 3rd floor, the entire 3rd floor, which has 3 small little pools, plus amazing service, a pool concierge, a private restaurant, a private bar. All this will be blocked to you. Same thing if you go to the pool area, there will be the 2 Hall of Fame islands that you cannot have access to at all. Even VIPs don't even have access to them. And the Coldplay Island on the side, which is also a private island, which is only available to Hall of Fame. And on the beach, same concept. There's a huge area that is only available for VIP and Hall of Fame, and the food is only available again for VIP and Hall of Fame. So there's a huge gap in service per level at Hard Rock Cancun, so we need to distinguish this. Now, I want to start from the outside and move inside. So let's go with the beach. Well, the beach, as you can see, has a big area for non-members, so yellow bracelet, no issue. And when I mean yellow bracelet, if you're an honeymooner, you will have a pink bracelet. If you're there for a wedding or something else, you may have another color bracelet. But it still, so long as it's not blue or black, it's still considered yellow. Then you're going to have the Rock Royalty and blue bracelet, and then the Hall of Fame section. Now, if you're in Hall of Fame, of course, you can reserve whatever chair you want to have on the beach. Not an issue. Just ask your butler. Then we go to the back. Now, at the back, there's food. Food's available for Rock Royalty. It's available for VIP and Hall of Fame only. The cabanas, anybody can have the cabanas, but generally the Hall of Fame will reserve them because it's free and there's not many. Then, if you have a yellow bracelet, you can reserve the cabanas, or actually blue bracelet as well, because you still would have to pay them. It's 400 resort credit at the higher end. Then you can have it at 200 resort credit without the champagne. So at 25%, we're still talking between, like $50 to $80 per day, depending. When you go up the stairs to the pool, you will see that, the pool is basically uniform for everybody. So anybody can access, anybody can sit anywhere they want. That's not an issue. Now in the center, you will see 2 islands. These are the Hall of Fame islands. Nobody can reserve those unless you're a black bracelet Hall of Fame member. I cannot even transfer this to my guests. These are specific for Hall of Fame member. Now, the pool itself has a lot of activities. It's a small resort, which is more like a hotel. So, of course, in the afternoon, you're going to have a lot of things going on. And even the rooms, it's still noisy, right? Because it's very small and there's a lot of impact from the sound. On the left side, you will see there's the spa. Now, the spa is a few presidential suite and a few rooms that were converted into a spa when the resort became Hard Rock. So, the idea is that it's not like Riviera here. It's not big. There's not really a hydrotherapy. You do have some. You have like a steam and you have a sauna, but only when you take services. So if you take a massage, then yes, you'll be able to have access to it, but you cannot just go walk in and have access to that like you would have at Riviera if you're in Hall of Fame, or buy it even if you're not. So that's different things there. Now, if we still continue outside, if we go in, go to the elevator, go to the 3rd floor. Now, this is basically only for Rock Royalty and Hall of Fame and VIP members. You will not be able to have access to that at all if you're not at these levels. So you can stay on that floor. Again, if you're Rock Royalty or VIP or Hall of Fame, you can request it, but otherwise you cannot. The restaurant there is open at lunchtime only. It's decently good. The last time we were there, though, it was less things. Like I didn't see any fish. Normally they used to have lobsters or shrimp or stuff like that. And I even asked, they didn't seem to have any this time. Not exactly sure why. But yeah, they didn't have any. But they changed a bit. I mean, the bar is nice. The service is very good. Of course, it's a private floor, so you have much less people to have, like to tend to, obviously. So basically, the service there was pretty good. But I have to admit, not as good as in 2016 when I was there last. So if we go outside and come into the lobby. Okay, I'm not going to talk about any of the issues that you would have as a member in the resort, because if you're not a member and you're watching this, it doesn't concern you. So I will push this at the end of the video. So if you're a member, stay tuned. At the end of the video, I'll talk to you about a few things. So basically, when you get in, there are 4 places, 4 front desk, if you will, to check in. It's relatively fast, no issues there. The resort has multiple floors, so this is a different type of, it feels more like a hotel than a resort. The room, I have to admit, are slightly dated. Okay, the resort itself is slightly dated. The resort is pretty old and it is in desperate need of being revamped. This is one thing with Hard Rock Cancun that needs to be done. Like, they still operate with cards and not RFID bracelet. And they need, like I said, the room are a bit dated. We had some issues with the room and they fixed it quickly, but still not that perfect. The room, if I go with the presidential suite, it's to die for. It's amazing. Okay, first because it has the full corner, so you have an amazing view of the water, and the room is decently big. Not as big as Riviera or Hard Rock Punta Cana, but it's decently big. And the balcony is magnificent. The view is superb. Okay, so this is the great thing with a presidential suite. Presidential suite, 2-room, 1 small little living room and a little table to eat on, and the amazing balcony. There are 2 jacuzzis in a presidential suite. They're in each bedroom. Now, the room themselves, the concierge level room, the rooms are quite big. Okay, this is nice. Okay, they're long. They're not really wide, but they're quite long. And the concierge level room are pretty good. Then you're going to have the deluxe room with jacuzzi. Now, there are 2 types. There are the lagoon view and the ocean view. There's different price for both. And they have family suite. Now, the family suite is 2-room connected with a door, but they're only lagoon view. So if you want to stay in a family suite and you want to have access to ocean view, you can't. Not at Hard Rock Cancun, unfortunately. These are only facing the lagoon. The restaurant, let's go with that. There are 6 of them. We'll start with Zen. Now, Zen has the teppanyaki show. I did not go to the show itself. I mean, I didn't get the food from the teppanyaki, but you can see them all around you when you're eating. They seem to be very good. People seem to be enjoying themselves. The guys were doing a great show. No issues there. The sushi was good, and Asian food that my wife had, she said she really liked it. So, and she's Asian, so I'll trust her on that. So no issues with Zen. It's a very good restaurant. The only quote-unquote little issue, of course, if you go a little later, let's say if you go around 7:30, 8, the issue is that you're going to have all the teppanyaki shows at the same time, and it's going to be quite noisy. So if you don't like that noise, then yeah, go a little earlier, and it's going to be a bit quieter. Now, Zen is the best place to eat in the morning, definitely, because this is where they do the presentation for the timeshare. So, of course, always see where the timeshare go for restaurant in the morning, where the salesmen are eating, where the salesmen are, basically bringing the clients, and you're going to go to that restaurant. The reason why, it's because the food is always better, the service is always better at that restaurant because they're focusing on it. So, honestly, Zen in the morning was amazing. The market is open in the morning, lunch, and at night. It's buffet all the time, although now because of security reason, apparently for COVID-19, it would be à la carte, but generally it's buffet. It's my least favorite restaurant because it's not, it's market, right? It's basically a buffet like Chinese or North American type buffet. It's not my style because it's less romantic and less, service oriented, but that's the most popular restaurant, and it's right by the pool outside. Ipanema, definitely the service at Ipanema is very good. This is the Brazilian restaurant, so you're going to have Brazilian style food. So you're going to have somebody around passing meat, different sort of meat at your table, cut it right in front of you and serving you, and there's a buffet for vegetables. Frida is the Mexican restaurant. It's outside. It's very good. A bit cold at night if you're in the wintertime, but you just bring yourself something to be a bit warmer. But the service is very, very good and definitely typical of the Yucatan Peninsula food. Then there's Pizetto. Pizetto is also outside. They serve pizza. It's open for lunch and at night. Ciao. If you want to have a romantic evening with your spouse, Ciao's definitely the place to go. It's very nice, no issues there. The food this year was okay. It's not stellar. It's not like it used to be in the year past. Like I said, for whatever reason this year, the food overall in the resort was not as great. Hopefully they'll fix that in the future. The restaurant has multiple courses. The wine was good. So the house wine, that is, it was good. So yeah, if you want to have a nice little evening, something relaxed, Ciao, definitely the place to be. The kids club. Well, I should have let my daughter do this one because honestly, you would have had her own opinion. But yeah, she says it's the best in all the Hard Rock, and I trust her on it because it has its own water park. It has a lot of activities inside. It's very, very big. And the kids can eat directly in there, so they don't have to go to the market, and that really helps. The club is open from 8 in the morning to 9 at night, and like I said, it's very big. It has everything. So if you're 4 years old or you're 15 years old, I think there's a lot of activities, and you can leave your kid there, no issue. Now, the very cool thing at Hard Rock Cancun is the amphitheater at night for shows. It's a true one. It's really built for show. It's dedicated for it, as opposed to, let's say, a Riviera, where they're going to do it either outside or in a room that normally doubles down as a conference center. So it's very nice. The service is very good as well. They serve drink at the entrance. If you're in Hall of Fame, when you sit at the bottom, your butler is going to bring you drinks and stuff like that. This is very, very good. Perfect for shows at night. Right next to the gym. The gym is on 2 floors. It's very decent sized gym. Very well equipped, so no issues there as well. Now, how far is it from the airport? Well, it's about 25 minutes. So this is very good. It's on the main hotel strip. It's actually in the dead center of the hotel strip. So that's very nice. If you want to go to, let's say, Coral Negro, which is a market very close from the resort, you can take the bus, okay? You can take the R8 bus. It's about 7 to 8 pesos. So it's very, very cheap. So you can go around by yourself, no issues. Very cheap price. Now, the disadvantage of being on the hotel strip is the fact that if you want to go to, let's say, Chichen Itza, it's going to be 3 hours and a half. You want to go to Tulum, it's going to be an hour and a half. All the other things, Escaret, Explore, all these are going to be quite far. So that's a bit of the disadvantage. Same thing with Playa del Carmen, which is about an hour. You want to go to Cozumel, it's going to be an hour and a half to get to Playa del Carmen, take the boat and go to Cozumel. So this is the type of things that if you're planning on doing a lot of activities, yes, it's a bit further than it would be if you were directly, let's say, at Hard Rock Riviera. And speaking of Hard Rock Riviera, I have a full video already made and a shortened version of the video about Hard Rock Riviera. So if you want, you can click in the card up there, or it's in the description below, and you can have the detail. I'm going to also make a comparison video between the Hard Rock so that you can decide which one is best for you for your next trip. If you want to travel to Hard Rock Cancun, I strongly recommend that you do it through a member, at least an Hall of Fame, so you can get VIP access with Hall of Fame benefits, or at least some of them, not all, because we cannot transfer everything, but still, as much as we can transfer, that's going to allow you to do a lot of things at Hard Rock Cancun that you wouldn't be able to do if you book with Expedia, and the prices as guests of Hall of Fame are equal, if not better, to whatever you can get on Expedia. I strongly recommend that you give a member a try. My personal information is in the description below. Trust me, you will not regret it. Now, I know I promised a review for members. Listen, guys, I'm going to make a special video for that, and I'm going to link it in the description below, and I'm going to put on the card at the top of this video because it would be too long. It just has to do with the fact that in certain resort, you cannot get all the benefit that you have in your membership because either the administration is not organized to do it or they don't have the space to do it. Unfortunately, this is something that's common at Hard Rock Cancun, and I need to talk about it a little so that, investing in memberships is amazing, especially right now. It's the time to invest because the prices must be very amazing. I can only imagine because of the COVID-19 issue. But if the resort cannot provide you with your services, something as trivial as a beach bag because they're not sure and they need to check your contract and they're not organized when you have no problem anywhere else, this is where there's some issues. So I'm going to make a full video about that. So, but for the rest, for any other members below Hall of Fame, there is no issue in any way, shape, or form at Hard Rock Cancun. They can handle you very, very easily. Unfortunately, when it comes to Hall of Fame, Hard Rock Cancun has a lot to learn from Riviera, Punta Cana, Los Cabos, and of course Unico, because they really seriously need to have a system in place in order to be able to intake the Hall of Fame and give them their benefit, understand what they have, understand each individual benefit, and make sure they can provide it. Because when you go to a presentation and you drop $50,000 on the table, you know, and the next week you basically have nobody to welcome you, as if you just arrive off the street, it is a bit frustrating. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and give me the thumbs up. I'm going to make a video like this almost every single day, teaching people how to move around the world, travel, how to prosper anywhere. If you have any experiences, if you travel anywhere, please tell me where you travel. Put it in the comment below. If you have any questions, I do answer my comments. And also, if the question is broad enough and I think enough people need to hear the answer, I'm going to definitely make a video about it. Also, if you want to learn how to make money, how to prosper, I retired at 33 years old, multimillionaire. How I did that internationally, online and offline. And I have a sister channel that's teaching exactly how to do that. So if you want to travel and make money anywhere, this is the channel for you.